Now let's look at example 1. Looking at this graph, the wave is traveling from the source vibrating at 14 Hertz. Alright, so the amplitude is 5 cm. And how do I find the wavelength? Wavelength is not 15 meter. Instead, you have to analyze the graph first. So how do you analyze? I differentiated them into different sections. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 1 to 4 tells me that there is a 1 cycle of wave, and 5 only represent 1 out of 4 cycle. Alright, so 1 and quarter cycle. 1 and quarter lambda equals to 15. So lambda is found to be 12 meter. Okay, so wavelength is 12 meter. I think it's cm or meter. Depends on the graph. I think it's meter. Okay, so the mistake is there. Wavelength is 12 meter, not cm. So speed is, we use the formula V equals to F lambda. F is given as 14 and lambda is 12. So you have 168 cm per second. But the cm or meter is just a small mistake. Okay, do change it yourself. Remember the unit depends on the graph. So we can also look at this again. So F has the unit of per second, Hertz, and this cm. So the unit must be cm per second. If they use meter, it has to be meter per second. Then you look at this pattern. Okay, this one is just to redo the question that we did just now. So I divide them into a few sections, and this one is 15 meter. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is 1 cycle, and the fifth one is another cycle, 1/4 of it. So this one represents lambda, and the other one represents 1/4 lambda. So if you add up all together, you get 15. That's how you get 5/4 lambda equals to 15 meter or cm. So lambda is found out to be 12 cm or meter. Okay, that's my number. Now we can try this example 2. Okay, find the amplitude. The amplitude is not 17. Okay, be careful, because we need to draw the equilibrium level. We have to. Okay, so amplitude is actually 17 divided by 2. That's how you get the amplitude. Okay, be careful, amplitude is not 17. So amplitude 17 divided by 2. So you get 8.5 cm. How about the wavelength? The wavelength is not 15.75. Okay, how do you find the wavelength? If you look at this carefully, again using my method, divide them into a few sections. 1, 2, 3, 4 represent lambda. 5, 6, 7, 8 represent another lambda. And then another one is the 9. This one is a new cycle. This is 1/4 lambda. Seems to me there's a 2.25 lambda there. 15.75 is the total length. So 2.25 is 2.25 lambda equals to 15.75. 1/4 is 0.25, by the way, if you don't know. So lambda is 15.75 divided by 2.25, which the answer is 7 cm. Tricky, yes. So this is 7 cm. So now they want to find the speed given frequency. So V equals to F lambda. F is 1.5 and lambda is 7 cm. So we can get the answer in cm per second. So it's 10.5 cm per second. Example 3. A mass on a spring oscillates with a frequency of 5 Hz. Find the time taken by the mass to complete 140 oscillation. So 5 Hz It's not 1 cycle, it's actually 1 second. Okay, this part is 1 second. So 140 cycle, how much time it takes? So frequency equals to cycle over time. Frequency is 5, cycle is 140. Time can be calculated. The answer is actually 2.28. 28 seconds. But there's also another way to do it. If we think carefully, 5 hertz, meaning 5 hertz, 5 cycles in 1 second. So how many cycles? No, how much time if I have 140 cycles? So 140 divided by 5 equals to t divided by 1. And this is also another way of getting the answer. Just divide by each other. So t equals to 28 seconds. So if your church, mosque, or temple wants to use this for kids who cannot afford tuition, feel free to use it, because one of my intentions to do all these videos is to assist me in my teaching, as well as like the whole world to be able to learn something from these videos. If they like it, fine. If they don't like it, it's okay. Basically, at the same time, I would like to see that those kids who cannot afford private tutoring make full use of this. You can download these videos. You can open it in your church compound, or orphanage, or mosque, or temple. Just bless them. Alright, make full use of these facilities, because we really want to change the world. We can't afford to live for ourselves. Okay, now enough of talking. Let's go to example 4. A wave has frequency of 180 Hz with wavelength of 8 meter. Find the speed of the wave. This is very straightforward. We have V equals to F lambda. So F is 180, lambda is 8 meter. So the answer that you get is 1440 meter per second.